What's going on, people? Welcome back to the channel. Now today you can probably see we're very yellow with the car, and it still looks just as good as the day we painted it. But as you can probably see, we haven't gone ahead and painted the rear bumper and the little rear valance, and we've started putting some bits on it just to bring the whole thing together a bit more. And as you can also see with the front bumper, we've also gone ahead and painted that, and that's looking absolutely lovely, and the colour match is absolutely perfect. I was a bit scared with us painting them at different times. There could be a slightly different colour, but I counted the coats whilst doing the body and the bumpers and the other panels, and it is looking real good. Today, as you can probably see, we have got one wide arch on so far. I did this the other day just to do some test bits because I still need to paint them. They're all nice and on, drilled all the holes. There's one extra bolt here which I didn't want to put in, but there was already a hole here, so I thought, well, I may as well use it. And then I had to put one here because it was a bit wavy, but that's absolutely solid on there now, and that's not going anywhere. And then with the hardware, I got to get some button heads. I went to go to the shop this morning, but they're still closed for New Year, unfortunately, which is not really ideal, but it is what it is. We'll get them at another time. But that leads us to this side. This side, I haven't drilled at all. And as you can see, there are already holes in it from where the previous owner started drilling to self-tapper it on. So we're going to put the body kit on, put one of the holes through, and then we can go ahead and make sure all these holes line up perfectly, and we can drill the bigger holes for the riv-nuts, which I do have here. As you can see, we got some nice M5 riv-nuts. So the 10mm holes, put the riv-nut in, and it should hold the kit on securely. And then we got to figure out about doing the same on here. But the previous owner has already gone ahead and put some in, and they're M4, I believe. So we'll have to have a look, see if we got some M4 hardware and riv-nuts. Otherwise, it's all going to be mismatched, and it's not going to be a good time. But enough about that. Let's just get straight into getting this kit on. Just like that, we've got the one wide arch on there now. So I've put all the bolts through that are lining up. Here, we're not quite lining up, and neither are we by there, but that's fine. We'll drill a hole, and the riv nut should cover the hole anyway. And we got to drill one here. I think I'm gonna go for the bigger hole, the smaller hole above, just because it seems like it's in a nicer place than how close it is to the edge. I feel like it's just gonna crack, but we'll sort that out in a minute anyway. And then same here, that's lining up pretty well. So we'll go around, we'll drill that hole, and then pull a bolt out at a time and do it that way. I feel like that's the best way of doing it. The only time I've ever fitted a kit is with, well, a wide body kit is with this one by here, but I did that a completely different way, and the way I'm going to do it now seems like it's going to be a lot easier, so we'll give that a whirl. So we'll get the drill, get all the bits we need, and just start drilling into my freshly painted car, which I'm not too stoked about, but it is what it is. It's one of them, so let's just get straight into it. So as you just seen, we managed to drill the holes out on the top. You see we've drilled all of these top ones out to the size through the body kit for the size of the bolt to go through. So now, which means we can go through these ones now with the 10mm drill bit, so we can put the riv nuts straight into those. But first, before we put the riv nuts in, we'll put a little bit of paint on the bare metal just to stop this absolute mint car from rotting out behind the arches, because we definitely don't want that. So we'll get the drill now and start drilling these 10mm ones. And just like that, we've gone ahead and drilled all the 10mm holes that we need along the top. And we've just gone ahead, put a little bit of white paint on where the bare metal is, just to help with any sort of rust prevention. Now we just got to put these riv nuts in, and we're along, and we're very much on our way then with getting the rest of this kit on. And then once that's mocked up, we can go ahead about doing some bodywork on these, getting these ready for paint. Same with my doors, which are over there. And yeah, this thing is going to look absolutely amazing. Now, if any of you ever see this car in person, you are very much going to appreciate the colour on this more so than what you're just seeing on the camera, because I can't get the true colour of this on film properly. But if you've ever seen a Jordan Civic or a yellow EK9, then you know exactly what colour this is and how it's meant to look, and it looks just like that. But enough talking. Let's just get on to some actual work now, shall we? Now, when you are doing riv-nuts with your special tool, you do want to make sure the actual thread pad all the way down, you want to make sure that thread is just coming to the top, because if you don't, there is a chance you'll install it incorrectly and you may pull the threads whilst doing it. Now, if that happens, you're in a world of pain and ball ache, and we don't want to do that. So we're just going to try and do this right the first time without fail. And just like that, we are all done with the top riv-nuts, which means we now put the kit back on and then go ahead about drilling the other holes, which we need to do, because the top ones are hold it all nice in place. We go ahead about drilling the other holes in then, which hopefully should be quite easy. And I'm hoping I got all these bolts in the right place. Otherwise, it's not going to line up, and it's going to be a bit more work, but we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Now, I don't think I could have done a better job if I tried any harder, because these have all lined up absolutely perfectly, which now means we can go ahead and drill these holes, which right, those holes are not lining up, which I did have a sneaky suspicion they wouldn't. That one lines up sort of. To be fair, that one does line up nicely, so I think we might just slacken all these off a bit, just so we got a bit of little bit of movement. Right, all those bolts are loosened up there now. Have we got any sort of movement with this? Sort of. That's going to line up there. Going to line up there. How about this one? This one's not really, and that one is, and that one sort of is. So it's going to be a bit of. This is going to be a bit difficult, but we'll make it work. Worst case scenario, we'll just chuck some fiberglass filler on the holes that we don't use on this. But as I say, when it comes to any sort of body kit install that someone's previously tried to install and only got halfway through, you're just trying to think how they're thinking, but we'll figure it out, that's for sure. So let's go back to figuring out how we're going to drill these holes. I think we're just going to do the same thing I done with the last one, with the little pilot hole through the fiberglass body kit back off, bigger holes, riv-nuts back on. Hopefully it lines up. Fingers crossed. And just like that, we have got the second arch all on nicely and done. The only things we have got to sort out are, we just got to do a couple of fill spots on all these little divots, because it will not look the best once it's painted, but we'll sort that out. And we got some holes by here. I got to sort this out, and I had to re-drill a hole by here because I was completely off. But again, not the end of the world. Do some filler on that, and same by there. And then we have got the same to do on this side as well, where we just want to fill those divots. And we have one random hole by here, which we'll have to fill as well, but not the end of the world. So I got to go ahead, get both these arches off, mix up some filler, and we can go ahead and start sorting out these rear arches. Right, so I've just gone ahead and actually started the filler on every little dimple, and I have tried to do this one in the top as well, but I'm not too sure how that's going to turn out, but it should hopefully be a lot better than what it is at the moment. And obviously I haven't managed to do this one yet, so I got to go ahead and crack on with this one, and then hopefully we should be good to sand it all back down, have it prep it all nice, and then get it into some re-primer it, and then paint it yellow, and then I think we should look real good with the very subtle wide body. I do think they're 30mm. I'm not actually entirely sure, but I know they look real good. And also the same with this. I think the Type X lights just look so much better than the UK lights we get over here. I don't know what it is about it. I think it's got that sort of like 32 skyline sort of style into it, where it's got the two lights, but I'm not too sure. Let me know down below in the comments if you much prefer the Type X later lights to the UK style lights. I think it complements the colour very nicely. And just like that, all the sanding is done on that now, ready for some body filler on all those holes, but I won't bore you with all that, so we'll do some YouTube magic and it'll all be sorted. Ready? And there we go. All the holes are nicely filled now on this one. So we're going to let this one dry. And is this one dry? Yeah, this one's probably about 5 more minutes on this one. And this one is also dry. And we can go ahead and start sanding all these down flush, getting rid of all this little bit of excess filler that's all around. And then these two panels are all done. And then they'll be done and we can go ahead, get those into primer and paint them, which I'll probably do in the next coming days before I go back to work. Otherwise, I'll do it at some point next week or so. And I thought I haven't given you an update on what's going on with the harness on this car yet. I know we did a few episodes on us trying to sort it out and we didn't really get too far with it. We got a little bit done. I'm admitting defeat and I've got it booked in now to be sorted. Coming to the end of Jan, he's having it. He said you shouldn't be too long with it. So fingers crossed we have it back pretty quickly. But in the meantime, that leaves us to get the rest of the car sorted, bar putting the interior back in because the harness runs under it. So essentially, I'm hoping when the harness comes back, the rest of the car should be 99% done or complete. But I'm not getting my hopes up too much. And we can go ripping in this thing then. We go do some skids, go do everything we've built this car to do. But we are going to be waiting a little bit on that. But, you know, fingers crossed we can get that sorted. I've just been messing about and I've put the rear glass in this now just because I wanted to see what it was going to look like with the glass in, and oh my god, it's actually starting to look like an actual complete car now, which is mad because I haven't actually seen it with the glass in. But yeah, it's actually looking real nice. But we are a bit stuck with what we're going to do with the 200SX. By there, we're not too sure if we should leave it yellow how it is or a chrome sticker behind it, but you guys let me know down below what we should do on that, because I am a bit conflicted if I want to keep the yellow writing or go back to the white writing, because there was a white sticker behind it which I peeled off so you can see it. I'm a bit 50-50 if I should put a chrome sticker or keep it yellow. But you guys let me know down below what you think would be better. Right, it's the next day now. We let these completely harden off with how cold it was. I could no longer be in the cold anymore, so I had to go home and get into the nice and warm house. But these are all nice and dry now, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna get straight into sanding these all down, make it all nice and flush. Same with the backside where the filler's gone through, where I've tried to sort some of the holes out. This one I might have to re-drill a little bit because I made a bit of a mess there. But honestly, not too bad. I haven't got that much sanding to do. So we're just gonna get the sanding block straight out, get these sanded all ready and prepped, and then we can go ahead about getting these painted then as well. And we got a little bit of work to do on the doors. There's a couple dents. I might fix it, I might not. We'll see how lazy I am, but we are getting there and this thing is gonna be looking absolutely wicked. So let's get down to sanding these and making them look mint. And then we have it. There's 1/4 done, all nice and sanded. I've done the other side as well. So that's nice and smooth for when this goes on the car so it doesn't scratch up the bodywork. A hole by there, holes by there. That's all sorted. They're all nice and smoothed out now. So what I'm going to do is I can get straight onto the other quarter right here, sand all this down. And then these are both then ready to be put into primer and painted. What I think we're going to do is we just took Brandon's paint booth down and sorted out his unit. So I think we are going to if I take these to work with me, hopefully, fingers crossed, I can paint them in the booth behind my work. So they'll be sorted and then I can bring them home then. So we'll do those, take those with me. I'll take my doors with me as well because they need painting. And then when it comes to the bonnet, I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to do with this. It has got a couple nicks on the edges by here. I'm not too sure if there is anything else on the other side as well. A little nick by there. What I think I might do is get some fiberglass filler to sort those out. Oh, and also forgot about my headlight caps, but I have got a good set of caps in one of my boxes here somewhere. I'll have to have a look through those to find them. Yeah, I'll have a good look through those boxes, see if I can find them. I'll take those with me as well because obviously these ones, I don't think there's much saving these with how fucked they are with all the welding, and they are wavy as hell, but I'll still keep them just in case, because parts for these cars are becoming absolutely insane to get your hands on. And when you do find bits, people want dull coin or they just won't even sell them to you, which is what I'm struggling with. So when it comes to this is, we're not selling anything. We just got to keep it all. But I'm going to sort this other quarter out off camera because I don't think you need to see me doing it again, because we've just done this one. You know exactly what I'm doing. But I think I'm going to end the video just by here, where I finish up the other quarter, and then that's all to go when we get these all painted. But if you guys did enjoy the video, then make sure you like, comment and subscribe. Turn those post notifications on so you don't ever miss another video, and just let me know what you think on the color, because I'm sold on it. I want to know what you guys are thinking, if you thought it was the right choice. But anyway, follow me on Instagram by here, and I will see you guys all in the next video. Thank you for watching.